Do you want to live near the beach in Thailand, be around expats, retirees, families, and still not spend a fortune every single month? Then I got the perfect place for you. A lot of people look at places like Phuket and they assume that the beach life in Thailand must be expensive. But that is not always true. This condo in Hua Hin is only $279 a month, and it puts you in one of the more comfortable, practical, and foreign-friendly beach towns in the whole country. On top of that, the building has a pool, a gym, a strong sense of community, and is in a very convenient area. So if you want a place that feels livable, well located, and way more affordable than usual hotspots, this one might surprise you. Before we even get into the condo itself, one of the best things about this place is what you get right outside of the building. There's a taps right in front, so grabbing groceries or daily essentials is ridiculously easy. You also got ATMs nearby, which is very convenient when you need to withdraw some money. And around the area, there's plenty of affordable restaurants, massage shops, cafes, and bars. So this is not one of those places in which you will feel isolated or like you need to go far for everything. It's a very convenient part of Hua Hin, and another plus is that in this area, you really don't need a motorbike. You can easily get around by bicycle, which makes daily life here feel even easier. Now let's get into the building itself, because for $279 a month, you do get a few extra here that makes this place way more appealing than you might expect. This is the kind of building where shared places are doing a lot of the work. When you first walk in, the entrance feels open, welcoming, and well kept. Right away, you can tell that this place was designed to be lived in, not just to be rented and forgotten. You got these communal areas with tables and chairs where people can actually sit down, talk, relax, and spend time outside of the room. That right there matters way more than what people think. Because a place can look fine on camera, but if the building feels dead in real life, that changed the whole experience. Here you can already feel that this is more of a social, living environment. You see people sitting downstairs, spending time in the common areas, and it gives the place more of a community feel instead of just feeling like a box where people sleep. For the kind of person that will live in Hua Hin, especially retirees, couples, families, or someone who wants a more settled daily rhythm, that actually adds real value. Then you got the pool, and I think this is one of the better parts of this property. It's long, it looks good, the water has a nice color, and more importantly, people are actually using it. You can see kids using it, families enjoying it, and that tells you a lot. Sometimes condo amenities look good in photos, but nobody actually touches them. Here the pool clearly feels like part of the daily life. That makes this building feel more alive and more family friendly right away. With that being said, amenities should never be the reason you make the whole decision. A nice pool can distract people from bigger questions, which is whatever the building, the area, or the unit actually fit how you live. But at this price point, having a pool like this is definitely a plus. Then once we go upstairs, you got another small area with chairs and tables, which again reinforce the community feel. After that, you got the gym, and this is where I have to be honest. This is usable, but it's definitely basic, even by condo gym standards. This is a smaller and weaker setup. You got dumbbells, some cardio machines, and you got enough to get something done, but it's not the kind of gym that should impress you. For someone who is serious about training, this is probably going to feel limit pretty fast. But if you are a retiree, part-time resident, family, or just somebody who wants a little bit of movement without needing a full commercial gym, then this one does the job. And that's really the theme of this building so far. It's not about luxury, it's about practical living, community, and getting a decent lifestyle setup in Hua Hin without spending a lot. And that's why I do condo consultations, because moving to Thailand and finding a condo sounds pretty easy until you actually start doing it. You watch condo tours, you go online and realize that half of the listings are not even available. Agents start sending you random units, and now you are trying to figure out price, building quality, area, daily convenience, and wherever this place actually fits your lifestyle. And that's exactly how people waste time, get overwhelmed, and make wrong choices. So if you are serious about moving to Thailand, make sure to do it the right way. Anyway, let's get into the building itself. Once you step inside, the first impression is actually pretty solid for this price. The lobby feels open, bright, and more put together than you might expect for a condo that is only $279 a month. It's not luxury, but it also doesn't feel neglected, and that makes a difference, because even if the room is basic, you still want a building that feels comfortable, usable, and reasonably well kept. And I think this one does that. At the end of the day, it's a lobby. It's nothing nothing fancy, but it absolutely does the job. But of course, the most important part of any condo is the place where you're actually going to spend your time. So let's go upstairs and take a look at what you are getting for $279 a month. This studio is 32 square meters, so the size is actually pretty decent. It doesn't feel tiny, and that matters because with cheaper condos, sometimes the biggest problem is not even the design, is that the space feels cramped. Here, I think the size is one of the stronger points. Now, design-wise, this is not modern. It does look dated, and if you want something sleek, new, and more premium looking, this is probably not going to impress you. But at this price point, I also have to be fair. For around $279, I'm not looking at this unit expecting luxury. I'm looking at whether it works, whether it feels livable, and whether the trade-off makes sense. And for me, it does. You've got a basic living setup here with a sofa, a table, chairs, and a TV. Personally, I think the TV is too small, but that's a minor complaint. The bigger point is that you do have enough here to live a normal day-to-day life. It's not stylish, but it is usable. The sleeping area is also fine, and one thing I do like is the window. Looking out at trees instead of directly into something ugly or feeling completely boxed in actually helps the room more than people think. It gives it a bit more openness and makes the space feel less harsh. The kitchen is basic too, but again, I think it gets the job done. You've got enough space to cook, enough setup to handle simple meals, and that's important for anyone staying longer term. Now, if I'm being picky, I do think the fridge is a bit small, especially if you cook a lot or like to stock up, so that's something to think about. But for a retiree, a solo person, or somebody living a simple life, I think this kitchen is good enough. The bathroom is the same story. It's not amazing, it's not luxurious, but it's perfectly acceptable for this price point. And honestly, at $279, I really can't sit here and complain too much about this room. It is what it is, and what it is a functional, decent-sized unit in Hua Hin at a very low monthly cost. Now, in terms of pricing, the studio I'm showing here is 32 square meters and goes for about $279 US. The one bedroom is about $310 US, and the two bedroom is $929 for 61 square meters. And to be honest, I think the real value here is in the studio and the one bedroom. Those are the ones that make the most sense to me. The two bedroom feels much harder to justify unless it's renovated or you have a very specific reason for needing extra space. So who is this actually for? I think this condo makes the most sense for retirees, budget-conscious long-stay people, solo renters, and maybe a simple couple who care more about affordability, convenience, and the overall Hua Hin lifestyle than having a super modern interior. Because that's really the appeal here. Hua Hin gives you a beach town feel, a strong expat and retiree presence, a more practical day-to-day setup, and a lifestyle that for a lot of people feels easier and more sustainable long-term. If you like the idea of being near the beach, being in an area with families, retirees, cafes, restaurants, massage places, and daily convenience without spending crazy money every month, then this starts making a lot of sense. Now, who is this not for? If you want a modern condo, a bigger kitchen, a stronger gym, more premium finishes, or a room that feels impressive the second you walk in, this is probably not the one. And if you're the kind of person who spends a ton of time inside the unit and really cares about design and aesthetics, you'll probably feel the limits of this place pretty fast. And that's really the point here. For under $300 a month, you're not getting some dream luxury setup, but you are getting access to a beach town lifestyle in Hua Hin that would cost you a lot more in places like Phuket, and in many cases more than what a lot of people expect to pay for a place this size. Where people get this wrong is they focus only on the rent and ignore whether the room, the building, and the day-to-day setup actually match how they live. Cheap by itself is not enough. It still has to fit your lifestyle. So if you're moving to Thailand and want help avoiding fake listings, narrowing down the right areas, and figuring out which condos actually fit your budget and lifestyle, check out my condo consultation in the description below. And that's it for this one. If you like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I tour condos all over Thailand trying to find the best deals and show you what's actually out there. And let me know in the comments, what do you think about this unit? Would you live here for $279 a month, or would you pass? Let me know in the comments. Up anymore. I know you only want me when you're drunk and feeling lonely. Don't text me things you don't